Hi, everybody.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, how you doing, Eric?
I'm doing pretty good.
It wouldn't be an on-the-stick production if there wasn't technical difficulties involved. So we're gonna do this the second time this afternoon. I just did all this stuff. I just beat Slash in Magus's Castle,
Yeah, sure you did.
and then we realized that my Elgato wasn't recording this correctly. So here we go again. Let's see, jokes about Bugs Bunny cartoons, jokes
Hey,
about
Joe, I'm sick.
Yeah, you are sick. That's true.
Yeah.
Did you get sick by putting your tool in a magic box without protection? Something? That was the joke, right? Made that joke?
I
Something?
don't know. Can't recapture the magic.
No,
But I'm
it's
but I'm still sick.
you
It's too
are
bad
still
that we
sick.
couldn't have recorded that and then turns out actually I was fine. I was just pretending to be sick on the last one. But nope.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Wow, those rats are a lot stronger than I thought. Used magic on them last time, and
Those aren't rats, those are gremlins.
oh, that's right. That explains why it's so tough. It doesn't look anything like the gremlin from that William Shatner episode of Twilight Zone.
This is their larval state.
Oh, okay. Larval gremlins. Got it. Okay, we got some stuff. Frog's got a giant arm. There's a bunch more gremlins. They don't look like Mogwai either, though. Aren't Mogwai the larval state of gremlins, kind of?
Well, in that particular fiction. But you referenced the William Shatner episode of Twilight Zone, so who the fuck knows?
Yeah, I don't know. And there was also, wasn't there a Bugs Bunny cartoon? Was it a Bugs Bunny cartoon where they
What's that?
there's a gremlin that that's like taking apart airplanes or something?
I don't know. I think so. I like it as like it references the X or the Twilight Zone episode.
No, I think it was pre-Twilight Zone. We always get on. We'll get on a different Bugs Bunny cartoon this time. Uh, no, I think there's one where it's like a little gremlin. It looks kind of like fucking. What was that obnoxious thing on the Flintstones?
I don't know.
The Great Gazoo. It kind of looks like the Great Gazoo, only it's not, and it like dismantles army airplanes or something. It might have been one of the World War II sort of like propaganda-ish cartoons.
The Gremlins is a children's book written by Roald Dahl, published in 1943.
Huh. Well, there you go.
It was Dahl's first children's book. It was written for Walt Disney Productions as a promotional device for a feature-length animated film that was never made.
Huh. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I think looking at the cover of this book, even though it's not very big, I think that might be the thing that you're referencing.
Maybe. But if the cartoon, if the movie was never made, how would I know about it? How would I be thinking?
Maybe it
of
was
it
used in
terms-
a Walt Disney cartoon at some point.
I don't know. Maybe it was a Donald Duck thing. There's a dead guy here. A note written in blood. The Juggalo
Yeah, they're
in
like
Magus
little
Castle.
guys with like horns on their heads and goggles.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
So wait, it was a Donald Duck cartoon or?
I don't know. I'm looking at art from the book right now, but that's what you're talking about.
Then I think
Must have been used in a
that magic cave sure was magical, but it wasn't very deep. Look at all these bats. This can only be a bat dance number. Bat dance.
apparently they made an appearance in Epic Mickey
Really?
and visit their gremlin village.
Huh. So I
Yeah.
have like a promotional cards for that game signed by Warren Spector, but I never actually played the game.
That seems like the best course of action.
Also, I remember thinking the title was incredibly stupid.
Daffy Duck appears in the end credits for Gremlins too.
That makes sense. It was a Warner Brothers picture.
Yep.
You heard that they're making a new Gremlins, right? Chris Columbus is making a Gremlins movie. Seems weird.
He's been dead for hundreds of years, Joe. That's not possible.
And he was a shitty filmmaker, too. I want that sword on the wall. I
Bad
wonder if I
with almost as bad behind the camera as he was with boats.
can... and smallpox blankets. This, this castle is... I'm sorry you're not getting my discovery of this castle being filled with ghosts and everything, or illusions, or whatever.
Look at it. They're creepy little kids.
Creepy little kids. Salt's
Woo!
dad.
The smallpox blankets wasn't Christopher Columbus, was it?
I thought he also... I thought he... I don't know. Who
I
knows?
think that was a British army guy that did that.
Probably. Snoop, you're safe. It's the Queen. It's Dr. Dre's mom. Okay. And creepy kids again. And
1763 at the siege of Fort Pitt.
this apparently isn't actually a save point, because I thought before I just didn't press the button fast enough, but apparently you can't. Pressing the button does nothing on that particular save point. So. Z, is he gonna bite the head off that bat? I don't know how I missed that joke the last time. Should I say Sir Froggy? You should not say Sir Froggy. You should say Snoop Froggy Frog. Replacements for serious. We made a replacements joke last time. You missed it all. Swordsman Slash and Flea the Magician. Flea, the only magic trick that Flea knows is playing pretty good bass in an otherwise like shitty band. I have to defeat all 100 of the beasts in Magus Castle. All right, now we can actually keep track from the start. So start your tally marks, man.
All right.
See if they're actually 100.
Chris Columbus. Did you know he wrote the original Gremlins?
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, me neither.
Makes sense though.
And the Goonies.
I think I did know that. And he directed Home Alone.
Yeah. Hey man, Home Alone's a pretty good movie.
Home Alone's a pretty good movie.
Or it was a movie that I really liked when I saw it 20 years ago.
It's right.
Home Alone 2, I almost broke my nose laughing at that when I saw that in the theater. I laughed so hard that I like lurched forward and banged my face against the seat in front of me at the movie theater and gave myself a bloody nose.
Wow. What do you remember what part it was that had
Nope.
you like
It was probably the part where hang on a second. Where Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern were having stuff dropped on them. That was pretty funny.
That's like the whole movie, I think.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh, all this Crimson Rain.
Chris Columbus is also producing a movie called Christ the Lord, Out of Egypt, that's coming out in 2016.
Oh, well, that...
Which there's
Oh,
something really
thing.
funny about a movie about Jesus that has a subtitle like straight out of the straight to VHS bin, like sub Death Wish type action movies from the mid 80s.
Yeah, true. Oh wait, no, I want to go get that barrier from the other side first, just in case.
Straight out of Egypt.
Play with us. We're actually weird, gloopy, gloppy monster ghost.
Oh no!
Ectoplasm.
How many monsters did you just
Shadows.
kill?
6. Dude, I just told you to be on top of this.
Yeah, I was Googling stuff. 6 plus 4.
That's 10.
That's 10. Burn those shadows.
Burn them to the ground, man. Got one barrier.
All right, so before we found out that that we weren't properly recording things, last time we tried this, we were talking about the Kentucky Derby.
That's true.
And I had spent some time trying to find the horses that were going to be in the Derby. And then I was looking at the names and I was like, I think we could turn this into a game.
Oh dear.
So while you play through this area that you've already played through before, you and I are gonna play a game: Kentucky Derby Horse or Flaming Lips Song. All right.
All right.
So
sounds
I'm going to say a phrase or a word or a name or whatever, and you're going to tell me if it's a Flaming Lip Song or if it's a horse in this year's the Kentucky Derby.
All right.
All right.
So it's a this or that is what you're saying.
This or that, yeah. And you said you're not familiar with.
I've not been keeping track of the field this year, even though I usually am pretty on top of that.
All right. We'll start with International Star.
Kentucky Derby Horse.
You got that one. One for one. All right. How about Alan's Theremin?
Flaming Lip Song.
Yes. All right. Let's see. Danzig Moon.
Did you say Danzig Moon?
Danzig Moon. Danzig as in motherfucking Danzig.
As in Danzig. Kentucky Derby Horse?
That's a horse. Yes, sir.
Now I know. Now I have to call my dad and ask him to put in a bet for me because I know which horse is gonna win the Kentucky Derby.
All right. All right. How about Eclipse?
That is a Flaming Lip Song.
All right. How about try not to pick like super obvious Flaming Lip songs. How about Hot Dog Eating Contest?
That Flaming Lip Song?
That is a Flaming Lip song.
Okay.
Flaming Lips have some really good song titles. I'm
They
working
do.
at NASA on acid.
That one I know is a Flaming Lip Song.
Yeah. Life on Mars.
That's a David Bowie song.
Yeah, it's a cover of a David. All right. Mountainside.
Horse.
Nope, that's a Flaming Lip song.
Okay.
Um,
Can you hear my dog making little like mop dog dreaming noises, or is that not coming through?
yeah, I heard the whooping.
Okay.
Keen Ice.
All right. Horse.
That is indeed a horse. That's your dog making those noises?
Yeah. She's dreaming that she's a wolf on the savannah or something. I don't know.
American Pharaoh.
Flaming Lip Song.
Horse.
Horse. Damn it.
Yeah, of course. All right. Materiality.
Flaming Lip Song.
Nope, it's also a horse.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nope. Cow Jam.
Flaming Lip Song.
That's a Flaming Lip song. That is an iTunes original, apparently.
Oh,
on this
wow.
list.
Okay.
Don't know anything about that. That sounds like a song that I need to hear at some point.
Yeah, I think so.
Um,
Do we also do this with like Faith No? Maybe not Faith No More, but like Tomahawk song titles.
Mr. Bungle song titles.
Bungle songs.
Love is a Fist. That'd be a great horse name. I feel like it would be too obvious because Pink Cigarette, is that a horse or a Mr. Bungle song title? I'm just gonna name Mr. Bungle song.
Mr. Bungle. Is it? I think it's weird that the frog's name is Glenn and that Kane's real. Maybe it's just the crossover of things that we've done.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I know I think of Snoop Froggy Frog as Kane. Because,
And also Danzig.
and also Danzig. You know,
Everybody ever named Glenn, even if they were named Glenn before Danzig's birth, They're all named after Glenn Danzig.
That's right. So I had Salt use Protect on Dr. Dre.
Hmm.
So I think that will mitigate having to heal so much like I did the last time I did this, which nobody saw. And I think actually I'm going to have her use it on Snoop Froggy Frog as well, for the same reason.
Yeah, the character buffs are pretty strong in this game.
Yeah.
Marley has a haste spell that's really awesome. Basically doubles your doubles how fast your attack timer fills up.
Nice. It's now they've all been protected, I guess, just, again, to mitigate that whole having to heal constantly thing. Which is basically, since nobody saw it, I should say, the last time I did this, I had Salt healing, just throwing mid tonics every turn at a certain point in the fight.
Yeah. I know X-Strike is so strong against this guy that he's kind of a pushover.
Nope, and it looks like it wore off of, Now let's get to business. This is going to do me a world of good. Aren't you a bad guy? Should it do you a world of evil? You dare oppose me? I dare, motherfucker. I will dare. Oh, see, there's another replacements joke right there. They called us the replacements earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's a replacements joke. We will dare. Oh shit, I should have done that to Snoop first. He needs it more.
Yeah, I'm sad that all that audio of me watching the Spanish language version of that Bugs Bunny Transylvania episode is lost.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess we have the audio, it's useless.
Right.
Without any context. But if anybody watching this is looking for something to do after they finish watching this, obviously.
Right.
There is somebody posted the Spanish dub of the cartoon where Bugs Bunny takes on Dracula, and it's pretty good.
What's the name of the cartoon again?
I think it's just, I don't know. It's called Bugs Bunny Dracula on YouTube, or Bugs Bunny Transylvania. I don't know what the name of the cartoon is. I'll look it up.
I remember it mostly because it was included. So the Looney Tunes did this thing in the 80s, I want to say, where they did like TV movies or like VHS movies that were basically just compilations of old cartoons with like little interstitial new bits. I think we talked about 1001 Rabbit Tales on a thing we did at some.
The name of the cartoon is Transylvania 65000.
No, there you go.
Which is fucking weird because there's a movie that came out in the 80s by the exact same name.
Right.
Starring like Ed Begley Jr. and Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. They're told to go to Transylvania and do research on the Frankenstein monster.
Yep.
It's a ridiculous movie.
It is pretty ridiculous. That's super weird. Anyway. As you were saying.
But yeah, they made these really great, like made for VHS or whatever movies, and Daffy Duck's Quackbusters featured the Bugs going to Transylvania. God damn it.
Yeah, that's one of my all-time favorites. That's like if I was making a list of my top, 10 Merry Melodies cartoons, that would be... Whoa. It would at least be in consideration. I don't know if it would actually make the list. Definitely in my top 10 Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Do I not?
No revives?
I don't have any revives.
You fucking won this fight last time.
No.
You got cocky because you were protected. Also, we're not really paying attention.
Yeah, well, that's probably a factor. Great. And I didn't save. Because there's no save point, so...
Let's do it again. Let's start over. Alright, is this a Flaming Lips song or is it a horse?
I don't know. Which one? Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Three Radicals.
That's a Flaming Lips song.
Yeah.
It's plural. It's a dead giveaway.
Multiple heads.
Wow. Okay, spin cut. Not terribly effective on Gremlins, as it turns out.
Put them in the microwave though, and it'll take care of them.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm really upset though about the new Gremlins movie. The Joe Dante has nothing to do with the new Gremlins movie. That just kind of bugs me. And then they said it was going to be a reboot, but then it was but then no, just kidding, not really. Which I also find strange. Just because, after Gremlins 2, where do you go? You know?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just one of those things where, I mean, if they use puppets for the Gremlins, then I'm interested, and if they don't, then I don't give a shit. If it's CG Gremlins, then I'm out right off the bat, because what makes Gremlins awesome is the fucking wild puppets that they used.
Right.
For that,
totally.
you know.
There's also a pretty decent NES game based on Gremlins 2 from Sunsoft. Sunsoft, purveyors of most any quality 8-bit movie-based game.
Yeah, you can play that game. Unlike a lot of movie-based NES games that are fucking impossible to play. It's more playable than Dirty Harry or Total Recall or whatever.
Jeez, yeah, absolutely. Well, look at Sunsoft. Sunsoft did Batman, which is not just playable but good. And let me think. I feel like there was at least Journey to Silius was going to be a Terminator game, and then the rights fell away for whatever reason. They either took too long to make it, or I don't know that anybody really knows what actually was the deal with that. But the rights fell away at any rate, and so then it became Journey to Silius. But Journey to Silius started as a Terminator game, so that would have been an awesome movie-based game from who the fuck were we talking about? Sunsoft. So that would have been 3 good movie-based games. I feel like there's one that's really obvious that I'm not thinking of now that Sunsoft did.
It's an amazing Ghoulies NES game.
Can we get somebody to do a homebrew Ghoulies game for NES? That's now exactly the thing that I want.
Hey man, that ghoulie was in the toilet. That's pretty fucking scary.
That is scary. Is the second one the one where they go to college, or is that the third one? How many of them are there? Are there
I think in the
4,
second one,
I
think in the second one there's 2 ghoulies in the toilet, but
well, certainly on the VHS box there were 2 ghoulies.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever actually seen Ghoulies 2. I may have only seen the VHS box art for it. Yeah. Ghoulies not good. Ghoulies is below Critters on the Gremlins ripoff thing. Yes, the third one is the one where they go to college.
I think my favorite thing about Critters is not even the movie itself, although the little weird little monsters that are mini piranha hedgehog beasts are pretty great. But it's actually Raphael's reaction to seeing Critters or Critters 2 in the first Ninja Turtles movie. He comes out of the movie theater and just looks at the poster and goes, "Ugh, where did they come up with this stuff?"
Yeah.
And then walks away.
Yeah, the Critters are actually pretty kind of gross.
Critters was rated R. I think Ghoulies was PG-13, wasn't it?
Yeah, that makes sense. In Critters, I don't know if it's the original Critters or there's one of them that has where the box art is a big painting, a classic death metal album. It's not a shot from the movie, and it's not, but it's it's like the Critters, but painted by Dan Seagrave or something. It's a giant, terrifying ball of critters.
That's the second one. I'm fairly certain. Yeah, so you can't actually save on this save point. So yeah, that's it's Critters.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it goes Gremlins, Critters, Ghoulies, Munchies.
Oh fuck! I forgot about Munchies.
And then there was an MST3K of us a Q tier ripoff of the Gremlins. Hobgoblins.
Hobgoblins.
Yeah. It's actually really that is barely worth mentioning, other than the fact that it's a really good episode of MST3K.
Right.
I think that's my tier system for tiny critters.
Does Troll 2
Attacking
fall on
people.
there? Because they're sort of tiny critters attacking people. Kind of.
I
They're
don't
really
know.
attacking people. They're just turning them into plants so they can eat them, which is weird. That's the like the dumbest. That's what I think is lost about Troll 2 is not just like the horrible performances and the ridiculous like script as far as like the dialogue goes, but like the premise is just really fucking stupid. But you know, it did give us the classic line, "You can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it." So, you know, just take away from that.
Okay.
Are any of these enemies attacking anyone besides Snoop? He's got 39 health, and everybody else is like a ton.
He's got the mess immune.
It's true.
Magus is terrified. He's quaking in his boots.
Okay, so now is there actually, I can just go outside. There's not a save point. There's not a save point. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna use a shelter, and I'm gonna save. Just in case I get arrogant again. My arrogance comes in an atomizer. I spray it on people. I blinded a guy with a pet snake with it once. Sometimes I spray it and then I go.
You also have
arrogance. You know, that happens.
Your career is about to be ended by Booker T.
That's right. It is. Listen to the What a Maneuver Weekly Wrestling Podcast, everybody. There should be a new one going. I guess it'll be tomorrow. I don't know.
We spent slightly less time talking about Gremlins movies on that podcast.
But only slightly.
I don't know. Like I said, if there's puppets, then
yeah, I'm in for practical
interesting.
effects.
Yeah,
that's basically where I'm at. I'm totally in for practical effects. I still haven't seen Wolf Cop though, and I heard that has practical effects.
I'm sorry. What was that?
I said I still haven't seen Wolf Cop, and I'm told that it's a Canadian super low budget movie with a cop who is a werewolf, and yeah, apparently the effects are all practical. It's on Netflix now. It's only like 80 minutes long, I guess. So
here comes the fuzz.
Is that the actual tagline, or is that just you being clever?
No, there's a poster that says that.
Okay. I was gonna say, if that isn't the actual tagline, that's a fucking missed opportunity for them. Oh, you can't lay your spear on Snoop Froggy Frog. He's too fast for you. Oh, I was having a thought because we were talking about VHS box art. So one, there's a movie that I have called Rewind This, which is a documentary about the history and sort of culture around VHS. And they talked to guys whose job it was to paint VHS box art. And so first of all, that makes me like sad beyond words that particular type of artistry isn't really valued anymore. Like Drew Struzan is amazing, and like nobody uses his art anymore. I think the new Star Wars, they're going to get Drew Struzan to paint the poster for it, because how can you have a Star Wars movie without a Drew Struzan painted poster? But largely speaking, like movie posters, I mean, really for me at this point, I guess just like almost every way in which a movie is advertised or promoted is not done especially well, in my view at this point. Like the dudes at Red Letter Media just did a video about how all movie trailers are the same, which was pretty funny. And they are, movie trailers are which on the one hand, they kind of always have been, not the way they are now, but they're sort of always the same as other movie trailers, right? Like in the 50s, if you see a movie trailer from the 50s, you know that's what that is. Like, you know that's a movie trailer from the 50s, because
it's not the fact that they're homogenous that makes them bad. It's just the fact that it's like they're more boring than they used to be. Like the homogenous nature of movie trailers now is not as interesting as the format that they did like 30 years ago.
Right. Well, 30 years
I haven't
ago.
seen that video, but that's just kind of like that's how I feel about a lot of the box art and posters and stuff.
Right, so that's where I was going with this, right?
Yeah.
Is the box art and the posters is just
Because I don't ever watch trailers anymore, but I still see movie posters, and it's always just some dude's head with the title, like, or sometimes if it's like an ensemble cast and it's like multiple people's heads and the title. There's just like no artistry in it at all. It's really boring looking.
Yep. Like, I was really happy with when the Wolverine came out. The poster was literally just a white background with like a black brush painting of Wolverine with his claws extended, and like it's like almost in silhouette, and you're just like it communicates exactly what you need to know about this movie. And it's artistic in its own right, and it's not like a picture of Hugh Jackman with like sparks in the corner. Like, you know, like it's just, yeah. But you don't get those very often, and that's one thing that I will say, they're homogenous and bad, and I don't think they were as homogenous previously. But there's a book that I keep meaning
You can make it
to
so
buy.
the dude is looking to the right. That's especially good.
There's a book I keep meaning to buy called Pocket Grindhouse, I think is the title, and it's basically just a collection of like Grindhouse movie posters and VHS box art from like the 70s and 80s, which I think is just fantastic. You know, and that stuff, like, yeah, like and somebody wrote an article.
The
about
box art for the Smurfs looks almost exactly the same as the box art for Star Trek Into Darkness.
Of course it does.
You know, like that's like from a composition standpoint. If you put Smurf hats on the people in Star Trek Into Darkness, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
And the Smurf one isn't a parody of the Star Trek Into Darkness.
No, it's just
right?
that's just
Like,
how they do it.
That's just how it is.
Yeah.
An important distinction, lest somebody think we're just like not getting a joke. Like, it's a parody or a parody.
I don't know, could be a parody. I feel like it would be giving the Smurfs too much credit to assume that it was any kind of because they're all that's what it is. It's just like some random shots of people's faces.
Yeah. Somebody wrote an article not that long ago that I linked to on Twitter and stuff about. When I say not that long ago, I mean like a couple months ago. That was about just sort of like not being old enough to watch horror movies, but still like wandering around the horror section of the video store as a child and seeing all the cool, like, scary box art.
Like Critters and Ghoulies.
Right, exactly. And I was really happy to hear that was not an experience that was like specific to my youth, that like other people had that experience. Yeah, but that stuff is all the era of the, like, the painted poster box art whatever is something that I've always really enjoyed, and to see that it's basically just not a thing that we've decided we're going to do anymore makes me pretty fucking sad. Because there's a lot of really great art for that stuff, like, especially since, like, and just the stuff they use now, and like the stuff they use on Netflix, like the images they use on Netflix, I just look at them and I'm like, why wouldn't you just use the original poster image instead of this like dog shit fucking nonsense?
Here is a font and a dude's head.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like, the one for Total Recall was like a picture of Michael Ironside like running for a couple weeks, and I was like, why would you like, what made you think this was a good idea?
Yeah.
For oh shit, I fucked up. I should have said that was not all that I wanted to do.
I think what's the Blu-ray is like Arnold making the crazy face while sitting in the chair, I think.
No, I think the Blu-ray is actually my headphones. Well, I'm in kind of in the middle of something, And two, my headphones don't have enough slack for me to really like go check that out. But
well,
I do
like
have
the classic, like the VHS one was like a giant, like it was half of Schwarzenegger's face and then like the pyramid on Mars.
Right.
But I think that the Blu-ray that I have is like just like a close-up of Arnold sitting in the chair.
Which is fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's a shot movie, but...
Ruh-roh. Fuck. Yep, cool. You got him.
Yay!
Shit, I don't think Snoop gets those experience points then. I don't
Nope.
think, which sucks. Leaves me with few regrets. Mwahaha! I'll take that sword, fucker. And I'll save. And actually, since I died and had to go do it over again, why don't we call this an episode and we'll come back and I'll go after Flea, I think, is the next thing that's going to happen.
Alright.
So thanks for tuning in, and...
Take all your clothes off, put your sock in, or your dick on a sock, and then...
That's right.
all the armor you're gonna need.
That's right. So, let's see here. So save, and thanks for watching. Check it out on thestick.com for all the other cool stuff we do, and we'll see you next week.
Yep, we'll start our feud with Faith No More in the next episode.
That's right. Bye.
Or no, I guess we're Faith No More. Bye.
We're Faith No More, yeah.